Everyone, Luke here. Hope you are doing well. Want to talk a little bit about the current Bitcoin bull run. Hope you guys are enjoying your sweet gains. So this video, I kind of want to talk about dollar cost averaging, why I'm a fan of it, and why you should be wary of traders and taking the advice of traders. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about trading in general. First thing you have to realize, most traders lose money. If you look at the statistics, like 90%, 95% of traders lose money, okay? That's just a fact, okay? But everyone glamorizes trading. Now, why is trading so glamorized? Well, the exchanges, you have to realize that it's not so evident, but a lot of the advertising, I believe, for trading and for the trading courses and all the so-called trading experts and the gurus, they're being paid by exchanges, okay? Now, why do exchanges want you to trade? Because every time you make a trade, an exchange makes money, right? How does Binance make their money? How does Coinbase make their money? Or even applying it to stocks, how does TD Ameritrade make their money, okay? They make it in commission fees. So every time you buy, there's a fee. Every time you sell, there's a fee. And so they push out a lot of advertising for traders, right? For the courses and things like that, teaching people how to be traders because they know that they can make more money, okay? So that's something you need to be very aware of. It's similar to a lot of the false incentives with like doctors, right? A lot of doctors have false incentives, you know, and that if they get you if a doctor gets you healthy, they can't make money off you anymore, right? Especially when they have contracts with pharmaceutical companies and vaccine companies and things like that. So they get paid, you know, basically for how many prescriptions they write. So there's a false incentive. The same is true with exchanges. There's a false incentive where they want you to be a trader, okay? So that's the first problem, is that there's a false incentive with exchanges, and so they put out a lot of advertising for the trades, okay? Second problem, stress, okay? Is it really worth the stress of having to stay at your computer 24/7, not living life? Many traders aren't able to have the lives they kind of want because they have to be at their computer screens all the time. So I would say if you're going to be a trader, at least try to figure out some way to trade based around your life and your life goals. If you want to go hard 24/7, waking up at 3 in the morning when your alerts go off, you know, that's fine, especially if you want to do it for a short amount of time because you know you can make a lot of money and set yourself up for future success maybe in a short amount of time. But in general, in my opinion, it's not worth the stress. And if you are going to trade, you should shape it around your life, okay? Number 3, trading is not how you build long-term wealth. It's just not. Go look at the Forbes top 100 lists or top 1,000 richest people in the world. How many of them were traders? Basically none of them, okay? They all got to be wealthy by a combination of building a business and long-term capital appreciation, okay? So think of Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's not really a trader, okay? He might do long-term swing trades, but for the most part, he just sits on stocks or other things, and then he waits for them to go up in value, right? It's long-term capital appreciation. And so that's basically the name of the game if you want to build wealth, okay? No one builds wealth day trading, okay? And I see a lot of arrogance. I saw a lot of arrogance from traders right before this bull run. You know, you go on the cryptocurrency Facebook groups, people are out there saying, you know, holders can't make money in this market. Only traders are making money in this market. And I saw the biggest influx of this type of these posts, especially on like Facebook, things like that I've ever seen. And then basically 2 weeks later, you know, we're getting Bitcoins going parabolic, okay? And so you have to realize that there is market manipulation and that you never know for sure when the market is going to enter the next parabolic run, and you never know for sure when it's going to pull back, okay? Now, there's just something to be said for longer term trades. So there's something to keep in mind too, is that the longer term the trade, the easier it is. Okay. For example, we can look at the gold and silver long-term charts over the last 5 years and see that they're tightening, and say that long-term the gold and silver are undervalued compared to other assets, and that if we buy gold and silver right now, within a couple years, we'll make money on it. Okay, that's a long-term trade. Okay, and there's no stress involved, and you don't have to worry too much about managing your position as much. Okay, so the longer term the trades are always going to be easier. Okay, now someone like Warren Buffett and someone who's into long-term capital appreciation and how to build real wealth, they're not doing trades. What they're doing is they're not doing chart analysis so much. They're doing fundamental analysis. Okay, and fundamental analysis will always beat any sort of other analysis. Okay, so for example, we can see that a stock is undervalued if they're generating X amount of revenue and there's X amount of shares in circulation, and we can see that the shares should be a certain percentage of how much revenue they're making, and we can use fundamentals to conclude that a stock is undervalued. Same is true with cryptocurrencies. We can look at Bitcoin. We can see its value proposition, right? Same thing with Litecoin or Ethereum, something like that. We can see how much capital it can absorb, and we can make the conclusion that it will continue to go up in value. Okay, and that's the best way to make money in this market. Is use fundamental analysis, do your research on good projects, and dollar cost average. Do you know how many traders are out of position on this Bitcoin move? No one expected Bitcoin to go parabolic like it is right now. It's gone absolutely insane. It's more than double. We're at like 8,000 right now. I didn't expect it, okay? But even though I didn't expect it, I'm smart enough to know that I don't know when it's gonna happen, okay? Even though I didn't expect Bitcoin to run to 8K like this all of a sudden, I knew that it could happen at any moment, and I'm just gonna sit here and hold, because I don't know, I'm not smart enough, I can't outsmart the market. You know, you have to realize that cryptocurrencies are very, very manipulated. The exchange manipulate trade volume, there's derivatives, there's rampant scams. Okay, you don't know which exchanges are necessarily safe. You could be trading on an exchange and then the exchange gets hacked. There's so much third-party risk unless you hold your own keys and just hold. And it's not, is it really worth the risk? Okay, you have to also ask yourself, is it worth getting left behind? Look at JSNP4. JSNP4 sold all his Litecoin at $30. Okay, now this is a coin that he supposedly believed in, and the top of Litecoin was like, what, $350? So it was down over 90%, and he sold at $30 when it was already down over 90% and took in a coin he believed in, so he could buy back just a little lower. Now you have to think, use fundamental analysis, use your logical brain. Is that a good risk reward? The answer is no. To sell a coin that you believe in and you know will make all-time highs again, past its old all-time high of $350, you know it's going to go past that someday. So is the risk reward worth it to sell when you know that we're at least somewhat close to the bottom at $30? The risk reward is not there. And look at it now. Litecoin has tripled since he sold. Okay. So was it worth it? No. The best strategies in cryptocurrencies are long-term swing trades and dollar cost averaging. Okay. You just buy some every month. Doesn't matter what the price is, you just buy some every month. Okay, you can use some technical analysis to look at long-term trends and things like that, and you can do some longer-term swing trades based off like the fundamental analysis or even the longer-term trends perhaps on the charts. But for the most part, for day trading, it's very, very difficult not to lose money. And like I said, look how many traders are getting left behind. There's so many traders with large followings like Tone Vays. JSNP4 is another one, even though he's not really a trader, even though he tries to be. And there's a lot of other traders. You can go see so many of them on YouTube. Arcane Bear. So many of them got a large portion of their portfolio. They're getting left behind on this run because everyone thought it was everyone keeps expecting a pullback, and it's not pulling back. It's just going, right? It just keeps going. And so you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be left behind. And you have to realize that the risk reward is not there when you can make when cryptocurrencies appreciate so much anyway. Okay, during this next cycle, if Bitcoin does what it did last cycle, it'll probably go to 300K. And so is the risk reward really there trying to day trade it, or trying to make a little more money to increase your stack a little bit on something like Litecoin or Bitcoin, when you know it's going to do at least a 10x, probably 100x? And so the risk reward's not there. And you guys, you only get one chance at this. You only get one chance. You only get one chance to ride the wave that's happening right now in cryptocurrencies. You only get one chance to ride the biggest wealth transfer in human history as fiat gets absorbed into Bitcoin and these other currencies. So what are you going to do? You're going to risk it? Or are you just going to sit there and hold until what's coming comes? Okay? You only get one chance. I can't repeat that enough times. And if we know that we're only going to get one shot at this, then we should be as safe as possible, because we're going to make enough money regardless. Okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.